Bond is for your eyes only. No one comes close to 007 when 007 comes close to you.
Welcome one and all to an all-new video. In this video, we'll be doing a movie review of the next James Bond film in my James Bond-a-thon, so we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content on here, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. They're a lot of fun, too. And as always, people, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a James Bond-a-thon review here for you guys. The next James Bond film that I recently watched in my James Bond-a-thon, and is a great film that I was actually really surprised at how good this film was compared to the previous one, because they really went back in time basically with this film and brought it back to that very traditional James Bond feel versus the sci-fi feel we had from Moonraker. So this film happens to be called For Your Eyes Only. Yeah, For Your Eyes Only. Yeah, so this one came out in 1981, is the 12th film in the James Bond series. This is the 5th outing as James Bond for Roger Moore, and is just a really amazing film, actually. I was really impressed with this one. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I love Moonraker, but this one was really fantastic, too, as well. This was actually my first time watching this one as well, and I was just really impressed with how they went back to the, classic, feel like they did with, like, You Only Live Twice, Thunderball, Dr. No, that type of, real deal. But there was a lot of great new gadgets we got to see in this one that were really fun, and it just was overall a very fun film. Now, this film happens to be directed by a gentleman that goes by the name of John Glenn. Oh yeah, John Glenn. Now, John Glenn actually was a second unit director and also a supervisor on a whole bunch of the other James Bond films before he became a director of the next few James Bond films, actually, which I thought was kind of interesting. Now, this is actually his first outing as director for the James Bond films, but he actually directs the next, 4 or 5 films, which I thought was really cool, because, when you get a nice long stretch with the same director, that always kind of makes those films very similar, very symmetrical, I feel, so that was really nice to see that he actually directed the next few of this awesome series. Now, John Glenn, like I said, he's directed a few other films over the years, but one that really stands out that I thought was a pretty decent film is As Such. Now, the film happens to be a Louis Gossett Jr. film that came out in the 90s called Iron Eagle 3 Aces. Yeah, Iron Eagle 3 Aces. Yeah, so this is the 3rd film in the Iron Eagle series. I know a lot of people love Iron Eagle films. I've actually not seen this film, but from the trailer, it looks like it's a really fun type of film. Looks like it's action-packed, looks like it's got some good drama, some good comedy, and just some all-around really well done writing and a decent sequel in that series. But from my understanding and what I've read and what I've seen, John Glenn did a good job of directing this film. He gave us a really great aspect. He gave us a lot of action-packedness to the film, and gave us just a really well-rounded sequel. And I think that's really great, and hopefully I will enjoy the film when I finally eventually watch it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this out. But if you haven't seen it yourself, definitely check out Iron Eagle 3. See for yourself, see if you enjoy it, and see John Glenn's directing, because he's a really good director, I feel. But when it comes to directing For Your Eyes Only, I thought he did a superb job. I mean, not only did he already have the credentials for being a part of a whole bunch of other films in the James Bond series already, he had an eye for what he wanted to do. I mean, he knew the logistics of what he wanted to do to make, bring James Bond back to that original kind of spy feel. He also had really great action in the film. He did a really great with, like, just presenting us with a really good story, and just gave us a really well-rounded addition in the James Bond series. And I just really enjoyed his directing, and I thought that he had a good eye for a lot of things. A lot of the scenery is really beautiful in this film, and just some of the scenes between Roger Moore and a Bond girl, or even the enemies or anything like that. I thought that John did a good job of giving us some really good, sincere moments that really popped in the film and really made it very entertaining. If you haven't seen For Your Eyes Only and you wanted to check out John Glenn's directing, definitely check it out. He did a good job at directing. So this movie has a really great cast. Some, amazing actors, from Roger Moore to some, Academy Award nominated people, and just some really fun actors and actresses that I just really enjoyed in the film, and I thought that they were a great in a whole, and also I just thought that they did a good job bringing to life this film. Now, to start us off, of course, is Mr. James Bond himself, Mr. Roger Moore. Oh yeah, Roger Moore, woo, Roger Moore. Absolutely, like I said in previous reviews about the James Bond film, I absolutely love Roger Moore. I think he's fantastic. I think he's James Bond to the T. He's my, pretty much #1 James Bond, along with Daniel Craig. I just think this guy is really awesome, and I just really enjoyed him as James Bond. I thought he had that debonair feel, that he had that playboy feel. I just thought that he did a really good job of playing this character. Now, with this being his 5th outing as James Bond, I mean, you could see definitely that he had a good latch on who James Bond was, and he kept basically evolving James Bond, and I love that. And I love that he really evolved it in this film, and I really enjoyed that. Now, another great film that, Mr. Roger Moore was in that I really enjoyed is a great comedy kind of action film that came out in the 80s that has a huge all-star cast along the lines of, like, Mad World and so forth. And this film is just really fun, and I just think it's a really fantastic film, and I loved Roger Moore, and I thought he was super hilarious and funny, and just, like, he seemed very James Bondy type a little bit in it, too, as well, along with more of a comedy element, and he just was really fun in the film. And then, of course, a film called Cannonball Run. Oh, yeah, Cannonball Run. Absolutely love this film. Such a super phenomenal film. The awesome and late great Mr. Burt Reynolds was in it. And, like I said, had a huge all-star cast, and Roger was just really awesome in this film. He did a lot of great comedic elements in the film. He had some great one-liners, and all around, he was a really great addition to that film. If you haven't seen Cannonball Run, definitely check it out for Roger's performance, and he was really fantastic in it. Now, when it comes to his portrayal, like I said before, in For Your Eyes Only, like I said, I really enjoyed his evolution of James Bond's character. I love that he was different than he was in Moonraker. I like that he was different than he was in the previous films. I just enjoyed his performance in this one, and I thought that he worked really well with the main actress that played, the Bond girl in this film. And you could really feel their passion. You could really feel just their dynamic. And you could just see that he had a really good take on the evil villain in the film too as well, and they worked really well together. I just thought this was one of his best performances out of the James Bond films I've seen of his. I really enjoyed him in this one the most, and I just thought he really brought together this film. If you haven't seen Roger Moore or anything, or if you haven't seen For Your Eyes Only, definitely check it out for Roger Moore's performance. He was really superb in it. So that brings me to the next actor I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than a Oscar-nominated and a really amazing, talented actor that I've seen in a few films over the years. Did not realize that's what his name was as I'm about to pronounce it. And I just thought that this guy had a really great idea and characterization in this film, and I just really enjoyed him. And then, of course, the actor known as Topol. Oh, yeah, Topol. So, I mean, Topol has done a ton of films over the years. He's done several films, and, he is very famous for one particular film, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But, with his portrayal in this film, I really enjoyed it. I liked how his character was kind of like a villain that turns into a good guy. I liked that concept. and I just really enjoyed his performance, and I loved his interactions with everyone. And I thought Topol did a great job of just bringing this character to life and giving this really superb performance that really showed his acting chops and how, why he's an Oscar-nominated actor and why he's so good at what he does. He's really good at the craft. But the movie that I like to talk about that he was in, that he's very famous and well known for, is actually a 1971 film I actually haven't had the pleasure of seeing, but totally thought that this film was a lot older than 1971. And this is a musical film that is just amazing, well done, Oscar nominated, and is just a really well-known film. And that is the film known as Fiddler on the Roof. Oh yeah, Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah. So this Oscar-nominated film, he plays the main character, and he is phenomenal in it. Like I said, even though I haven't seen it, I've seen plenty of clips from it. I've seen plenty of trailers for it, and what I saw of his performance and what I've read, he just was so phenomenal in this film, and just really amazing, and did an amazing job of bringing to life this character that he portrays in the film. And from also the trailer, I just saw that he had such great presence, he had a great control of the character, and I just really enjoyed what I saw in the clips and in the trailer that I watched of what he brought to this film. And I can see why it was an Oscar-nominated film. Really impressive. Topol is an amazing actor, and like I said, I've seen him in other things. I can't remember what other films I've seen him in, but I do recall seeing him in other films and enjoying his character. Really amazing actor. Really enjoyed him in this film. I thought he was an amazing character, and I just thought he really did a really good job of adding a great character to this film. If you haven't seen For Your Eyes Only, definitely check out Topol. He was really awesome in it. So that brings me to the final actress I'll be talking about that was in this film. And that is none other than the James Bond girl herself, the main kiddo in this film, the main great lady, Miss Carol Bouquet. Oh yeah, Carol Bouquet, woo, Carol. Oh, Carol, you are an amazing actress. She was like probably one of my all-time favorite Bond girls so far. She is amazing. She's awesome. She's gorgeous. She just, she was just a great addition to this film and just played that character to the T. And I absolutely enjoyed her characterization and just her performance and all in the film. Now, Carol Bouquet, she's done a whole bunch of films over the years. She's been in tons of films. I mean, she's even acted up to, to the 2010s. She is just a really cool person, too, as well. She's done a lot of great charity. She's just a really awesome actress. Now, when it comes to performance in, For Your Eyes Only, like I said, I can't say anything bad about her performance. I absolutely enjoyed everything about her. I liked her as the James Bond girl. I enjoyed her camaraderie, and I enjoyed her banter between, James Bond and the other characters throughout the film. And I just thought she was the strongest Bond girl I've seen that really, she could kick butt too. And I really enjoyed that. And I thought that she did a good job of portraying that and giving this really well-rounded performance. Now, one film she was actually in that I've had the pleasure of seeing is a Woody Allen film, actually. Or I should say, a film that Woody Allen was in and had a huge all-star cast in it that came out in the 80s and is just a interesting story. Basically, it's three intersecting stories that happen throughout the film that end up intersecting at one point throughout the film. And that happens to be the film called New York Stories. Oh yeah, New York Stories. I just remember her performance in that being very Oscar-nominated type feel, I thought. She didn't get nominated, but I thought her performance in this was so on point and Oscar-nominated worthy. She was really intense in the film. She was really funny, but at the same time, she had a really great, perfection to her in the film that brought a really good drama element along with the comedy and just a really great portion of one of those mini stories that's within this film. I just really enjoyed her, and I thought that she did a great job. If you haven't seen New York Stories, definitely check out Carol. She was really awesome in the film and a great addition to that film. But in conclusion with her performance in For Your Eyes Only, like I said, I can't say anything bad. I thought she did a really great job. I enjoyed some of her action sequences. I thought she kicked butt. I thought that she did a good job of the choreography. I thought she did a good job of making it look very realistic. And then at the same time, like I said, I just really enjoyed her interpretation of a Bond girl and her toughness and her being like this, badass type of character. Just really enjoyable. If you haven't seen Carol or anything, definitely check her out. She's really awesome, and she was really fantastic in For Your Eyes Only. So what is For Your Eyes Only about? Basically, this time around, James Bond has got to save, basically, the people, a certain portion of the world from basically a nuclear threat, as usual. And basically, it's about him trying to solve this mystery that he's dealing with and stopping these bad guys from trying to take over, this portion of the world. Same classic James Bond type of deals. Real fun, really awesome. Lots of great action, lots of great, dramedy, and just really fun, and lots of great, just amazingness. Lots of great scenery, too, in this film. It had amazing locations that were really enjoyable to watch. And once again, it was just a really great film in a whole. It just was really amazing. If you haven't seen For Your Eyes Only, definitely check it out, people. It's worth the watch. It's an amazing film. One of my top 10 favorite James Bond films now. It's really enjoyable and definitely worth the watch, people. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. You can watch it for free right now on Tubi. Definitely check it out, people. It's worth the watch. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, people, if you want to show support for my channel, definitely check out my links down below. Either for the Horror Pack, where you can get great horror films right to your door for a great low price, or my awesome Patreon page, where I post cool stuff pretty much, pretty on, point, and, pretty, steadily. And also where you can see my outtakes, my bloopers, and all that kind of cool stuff. So definitely check that out too, people. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.